Hi everyone, hope you're doing good today. I wanted to make a video today discussing Matter. It is a newer name in the smart home device world, and you might have heard of it, but you might not be sure what exactly it is, so I want to expand upon it today. These days there's smart lights, smart plugs, so many different smart devices that are compatible with each other, but not every single device is compatible with every other one. There are some distinct groups still, such as the Google Assistant system, Amazon Alexa, Apple HomeKit, as well as Samsung SmartThings. They have all of their own closed systems, and sometimes they are only compatible with like products. To give an example, some time ago when I started in my journey with smart home products, I picked up the Nest Protect, and that is a fire alarm, so I installed that into my home. That device connected to the Nest app on my phone, but it wouldn't connect to my SmartThings hub. So that meant whenever the detector detected smoke or a fire, it could notify me on my phone, but it couldn't connect to my hub in order to have all of the lights in my home start flashing. After that, I switched to the First Alert 2-in-1 fire alarm. I did so because it could connect to the hub in order to flash all the lights in my home. So not all products are compatible with every other product. That Nest system would be what's called a closed system that only uses proprietary products of the same brand name. To give a parallel example here with gaming consoles, not all games between, say, the Xbox, the PS4, and the Switch are all compatible. If you had a really great game on your Switch that you wanted to bring to your friend's place who has an Xbox and play it there, you wouldn't be able to. And that's the same idea. The other day, my wife was at Costco doing some grocery shopping, and she saw the smart device section. She saw smart lights, smart plugs, smart water sensors, and on one of those, she saw that it was only compatible with Google Assistant, another only with Amazon Alexa, another one said that it would be compatible with both, and one said it wasn't compatible with SmartThings, and some were completely proprietary, that would only connect to their own apps. So this is still a problem with smart home technology, that these closed systems exist. And that is the complete purpose of Matter. Matter is the communication protocol between all of your smart devices. So long as a new product has Matter, it'll be compatible with every other device that has Matter. And what's great is that 170 different smart home device companies, including big names like Google, Amazon, Apple, Samsung, and so many others, have recognized this issue and are working to figure out how to solve it. And they are really almost done with this problem. This protocol should have been released in 2021, but it will be released in 2022. They need to figure out how to certify it and get the software developer kit out to all of these companies. Going forward in 2022, it should be a lot easier to have compatibility between all devices, which means you don't have to worry about if a product you buy is going to be compatible with the rest of your smart home devices. And this doesn't mean that the products you already have in your home will just be stuck in the past. Some companies have said that they will support their older devices, like Philips. They said that they will support their Hue lights, so you don't have to worry about it if that's one that you have. Similarly, Nest will support their newest thermostat. However, some of their older devices, like their very first devices, won't be supported. Everything after 2022 will, though, of course. As Matter gets integrated into the smart home technology ecosystem, everything will be compatible going forward, and it'll be a lot easier for all these products to communicate with each other, which makes it easier for you because you don't have to check about compatibility between smart home devices. Another example about compatibility would be that Amazon owns the Ring doorbell company. If you wanted to connect that to a Google display, a smart home display from Google, it wouldn't be able to connect. They aren't compatible. If you're using the Ring doorbell, you have to use an Amazon display. Matter will solve this problem. It doesn't matter if you're using a Nest or a Ring doorbell, whatever smart doorbell you have, would be able to connect to any kind of smart home display, and that makes things a lot easier for the consumer. Another example I could use is related to deaf-specific technology that uses flashing lights. Typically, these kinds of technologies are very closed system, which means that you can't install other devices into those systems. So for instance, if I had my own company, let's call it Ross Flash, that makes alarms with lights, doorbell sensors, things like that, and I wanted to buy an alarm clock with a light built in. If I wanted to also buy a doorbell, it would have to be Ross Flash name. If I want to get a baby monitor or a fire alarm or anything like that, it would also have to be the Ross Flash brand name. If there was another company out there called, say, Cheryl Flash, and I wanted to use one of their products, it wouldn't connect to any of my other products. So if they had a great laundry completion sensor that I wanted to install into my system, I wouldn't be able to. I could only use Ross Flash products or only use Cheryl Flash. And that is the one downside to having a closed system. You can't mix and match devices according to your preferences. It completely forces you to only buy into one company's products. One positive is that some closed systems do have their own unique features built in, but again, it forces you only to buy into a single brand's devices. If, for instance, well, let's knock on wood, my company goes out of business and I'm not able to buy any more of those products, if one of my products then broke, I would be stuck with it. And then maybe I moved to a new house that was larger. I needed 2 or 3 more lights. I wouldn't be able to buy them because the company is out of business, of course. And this worry isn't there with an open system. Here at Smart Home ASL, I try to avoid closed system products. I have an open system, which means if one brand went out of business, I wouldn't have to worry about support for that kind of product. For example, in my home, I have 4 different lights that I've tested so far: the LifeX, the Wiz, Philips Hue, and the Innovelli LED strips. I prefer LifeX for all of my flashing lights, but all of these are compatible with my doorbell and will flash whenever somebody rings the bell, even though they are all different names. If, for instance, in a year or two, I wanted to renovate my basement and add a new LifeX bulb to connect to all the others and flash, but again, knock on wood, LifeX went out of business, it wouldn't matter at all. I could just use a different brand name. Say Innovelli, I could use their lights, which are Illumins. Or I could use another light, the Sengled light, or any other company I'd be able to install and connect to my flashing light system. I wouldn't have any worry about compatibility there. Or if I had a microwave completion audio sensor that I want to connect to my lights, I could do that too if that came from a different brand name, which I wouldn't be able to do with a closed system. And that's what's great about an open system. You can install any kind of product that you like. And that is the point behind Matter. It's trying to figure out the compatibility issues between all smart home products, which means you don't have to worry about compatibility when you're choosing a new product, so long as it has the Matter protocol built in. So I hope that helps give you a clear picture of what Matter will mean going forward next year. Thank you for watching, and be smart. Take care.